It was rough, brother.
Yeah.
I live in every single house down here, brother. Was a pitch member, very black power.
Days of robbing the banks and yeah, it was dumb. But I was so caught up in it.
Families have been destroyed just as probably worse than the old days.
But I think it was like a bit dangerous to, you know, be out on the street. I think even at a young age I knew Dad's not coming back. You're the little girl in the newspaper. Your dad was shot.
Today, we have another story from the other side of the tracks. Taranaki, home to a mountain that's a living entity. 4 towns, 1 story. History, hard times, and colours that still run deep. Today I'll be sitting down with Black Power across Patea, Hawera and Waitara to hear the real talk from the people wearing the patches and those that lived it. But also today, we will be visiting Crean, a woman whose father 3 decades ago was tragically gunned down by Black Power members. We'll be standing in the exact spot where it happened, hearing her story. This is TFS, raw and real, telling the story from both sides. No sugarcoating. Let's kick this journey off in Patea.
It's your boy Dave here. This is the TFS podcast, The Fresh Start. Hope all is well out there. God bless you all. We're in the beautiful Taranaki region of Aotearoa today. So we're more towards the west coast here. So right now we're here in Patea, and then we will be going on towards Hawera, Waitara, and then sort of towards New Plymouth. So we're going to be meeting up today with a few of the OGs of the area. Mainly we're going to be teeing up today with Ngā Pare, who is from here in Patea, from the Taranaki region. Yeah, so he's done a lot of work with the iwi and even in the prisons here. And actually for a long time as well, he was a patched member of the Black Power here in Patea. So he's gotten a lot older nowadays, so he's more of a ko-matua to a lot of the brothers in the area. So the brothers will be able to show me around today and show me a bit about the history, man. So it's good. Kia ora matua.
Tuatahi no mai haere mai, Dave. Kei wangoni o te tauni Patea. I roto te rohi o Taranaki I tēnei wā. You know, just understanding, you know, the good, the bad, the ugly, you know, we know all about our history in that. Yeah. But especially for my age, I'm at that age now. Yeah. Now is to share a bit of love around the place.
Beautiful, yeah. Brother, and impart your wisdom, eh? Yeah. Awesome, brother. Well, so where are we at right now, my bro?
We're standing there by our waka, our turi and rongorongo, even though this is only a replica. It's not the true waka, but there's a bit of history of our tupuna that came marunga te waka out there. I understand the pakakoi of our whānau, our tupuna were taken away in a prison in Otago. So a lot of history in this place, or Patea.
Hey, that's where you're from?
Yeah, this is where I born and bred here, you know. Born and bred, couldn't leave here.
But yeah, man, that's us. Yeah. Taranaki. So this was the original clubhouse here?
Yeah, it was like a clubhouse. We rented it, but you know, that was our everything used to happen here, in this place here.
So all the memories here, eh?
Yeah, all the memories here.
So this place has a lot of history for you too, eh, brother?
Yeah, my wakapapa, my wakapapa, my nanny and Koro's place.
For you, bro, like what was your earliest memories of like seeing patches and stuff like that?
I suppose in those days when we first came out, we got a bit of opposition, you know, about wearing them, but didn't get into any physical or things, but they did have some meetings around in town. It used to be an old church, Methodist church here. Yeah. So everybody was a bit mataku frightened, you know. Some of their kids were going to join us. They steered them off to another direction, either sent them out of town, but yeah. So we've been here over 40 years now, over 40, 78.
So 78, the Black Power started here in Patea.
Yeah, Patea, 78, 79. So I was one of the original members. My cousin Chopper, he was the first press. and we had one of our other bros, Beryl Lewis. He passed away, so we're more or less the ones that started the club off, and then gradually other members joined.
Can you talk a little bit about what you're doing with yourself nowadays?
My days is really around being involved, 21 years, been involved with Ngāti Ruri and their settlements, involved in Waioturi, our pa being a trustee. A lot of those learning things, we used to have a league club here. And same time, 1978, I started playing league.
We'll see as we go through this vlog, because obviously we're not doing it just here, eh? We're going to be doing it here. We'll go to Hawera, Waitara, and then even to New Plymouth. So, I mean, is it pretty well connected here? Is it?
Those days when we first started, we sort of had our separate clubs, and we weren't really collectively together as Taranaki. It wasn't until probably the 80s. After the 80s, we decided, we're going to have one patch and just have a fist of birds under Taranaki and Bottom Rock all collectively together. But still having their own rangatira amongst themselves. A lot of clubs came here from around the Motu. Wellington used to come here, Waifatu used to come here, Hawke's Bay. Yeah, we had some big parties here in those days. Everybody used to come from the pub closed down. Then everybody would end up here.
Well, I guess for you, man, because I bet you, like you said, when you were younger, you were a bit of a mischief fella, So, I mean, what changed there, brother? When do you say you got a bit more toe or a bit more karma?
Well, one thing I gave up alcohol. 36 years old, decided, enough was enough on alcohol. Got me in trouble all the time, alcohol. So thought I said, no, I got to, and plus for my kids. So I had to change that pathway for my kids.
So this is the famous Patea Māori club, is it, brother?
Yeah, this is the famous Patea Māori club. Poye, Devout.
So they were the ones that sung Poye?
Yeah, Patea Māori club. Yeah,
oh,
yeah, Devout.
All right, here we are in Hawera whānau. So we're just making our way through the Taranaki region. So where we were just pulled up to now, Matsua?
This is our clubhouse. This is the boys' clubhouse.
All right, here we are, whānau, in the clubhouse.
So up there with Sam, he's one of the old members. He originally came from Whanganui, and then joined up, and he ran the club in Waitara. But go back to the big fellow over there, Steve Ngātai. He was one of the original ones that started way back in those days. Back in about 78. So we used to have a Bell Block there, we had a clubhouse or pad there for a long time. And then we ended up selling it off. And then we bought this place here and one in Whakaurangi.
I guess for you, Matsua, so what sort of led you to join the club and go down that route?
Probably in those days, it's just probably whanaungatanga, I suppose. We wanted to get into that buzz. And at that time, it's taupo us. In Patea is probably our destination. Would have been nomads in our town. In Patea, that's where we were heading to. We met up with Ray Harris, and that's how we started there in Patea, and then we joined collectively together.
We're going on 50 years now.
50 years, eh?
50 years, yeah. Originally from Wanganui, Traditional. That's where our name's from up there. I'm a Wanahi.
What age did you join the club?
About 17.
17, eh?
Oh, 63 now.
Oh, you look young though for 63. Yeah. How long you known Ngāpari for?
Oh, very long time, very long time.
40 plus years ago. Yeah. We all started around the same time. We all started the same time in the Brotherhood.
you grow up here in New Plymouth?
In New Plymouth I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Born in Waitara, grew up around the coast. Even our upbringing was a little bit dysfunctional. As a kid, other influences came in, like I ended up in a detention centre, got out, and went down to Wellington. That was my first connect.
So you Taranaki locals as well, is it?
Yep, we are. Patea,
Oh,
PTA proud.
yeah.
Living around the gang life. Yeah, it was nothing different to living your normal life.
Oh, well, but that's something you did grow up around, was it?
Yeah, I never grew up in it. It kind of like grew on me. It was like another extension of your whānau. We have, how many children do you have? I have 9. None of them are in the gang life.
Same.
Yeah, they all live their separate lives, and we have our mokopuna, and we're proud of our kids.
Like, was that sort of just something that they never chose, or?
No, yeah, you're right. They never chose to live that life. I mean, I had an older son who was in the Air Force for 17 years. That was his choice to go that way. And our sis here, she's at the school.
Yeah, I work at the Patea school. I'm the truancy officer and the school marshal.
The truancy officer,
Yeah,
eh?
yeah,
Well, watch
yeah.
out, eh? Well, you're also Ngā Pare's partner, eh?
Yeah, I'm the Patea's partner. You know, my kids not in the gang. They choose to do other stuff. So, yeah, I'm thankful for that, I suppose. But, yeah, these are my whānau, all these boys here and my nephews, and, you know, I love them all.
Yeah, that's the one.
That was that wedding photo we had.
So this is that viral photo when that couple had a wedding and then all the bros jumped in the photo at the back.
These people were getting married, and so they asked us if they could take a photo of us. Yeah, and it went viral.
How long you guys been down here for, bro?
For a long time. Bro, here's probably been there the longest.
Yeah, mean to have you on.
You, my brother.
So you from here in Hawera, eh, brother?
This brother born and bred, my bro. Born and bred down the street.
A bit of a garden there, is it?
Oh, we had a lot of hangis over there as well too, my bro.
So what was it like for you growing up here in Hawera, cuz?
It was awesome, brother. You know, wouldn't say it was hard, bro, but it was rough. It was rough, brother.
Yeah.
I knew every single house down here, brother, was a pitch member, eh, bro, Black Power.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much all we knew, bro, was Black Power, bro, every day, eh, brother. It was just the norms, bro.
Bit of a stronghold here, is it, brother?
Oh, it's massive, brother. You know, it's been here for years, bro.
Yeah.
I think it'll still go on for years to come, brother, because got the next wave coming through, eh, brother, the next generation, and all our kids and nephews and whatnot, brother.
Is that something you grew up around, my bro, or?
Yeah, brother, yeah. My father was pitch member as well, my bro. My mother's 6 brothers were pitch members as well too. Taranaki's a big place, brother, you know, and yeah, we had five different chapters, bro, just in Taranaki, brother, just under their one rock, eh, bro, under their one banner. The Urutara, brother, Urutara Taranaki, they were established in 1996, brother. They all grew up around there as well too, brother. You know, we all family.
Oh, so that's the boys too, eh?
Yeah, brother, yeah, hard, bro. Shout out to the brothers.
Around here, Black Power.
Hey, also, just a street over, brother.
Oh,
Another 100 metres away. But that's where all the action is there for me, brother, with all the opposition, my bro.
Has it changed much, brother, from when you were younger, though?
Ah, no, it hasn't, brother. Like, all the houses are pretty much the same, bro, you know, fucking... But life is, brother, life is.
What does that mean, brother? Waka gang?
Oh, so we just set that name up, brother, because we've got our waka on our pitch.
Oh, yeah.
So our new younger generation just put that down. Waka gang.
No, I grew up in Company, but party, been party for 17 years.
What was it like for you growing up out those ways, brother?
It was all good, eh? Had my old man with me, Big Bad. He recently just passed away.
Oh, sorry to hear
Got
that.
fucked to the OG.
How long you known the boys here for?
17 years, brother.
For too long.
Yeah. So what? How long have you been patched up for, bro?
2002, brother, I come back from Auckland and we started the Black Power Juniors, brother, in Hawera. So yeah, I ended up jumping on board like 2003, brother, and then I was patched up in 2006. So yeah, it's been nearly going on 20 years now, brother.
Has the gang scene changed, brother, in the last 20 years?
Oh, massively, brother, massively. back then, brother, it was just all about the fist. Man, there's a lot of... Don't actually realise till you go to jail, brother, and then you're in the same room, same wing as the opposition, my bro, and then he's just exactly the same as me, just different colour, brother.
Yeah. Because that's the thing, you go to jail and then you're in there with all the other gang members,
bro, Yes, they're all good fellas, brother, just exactly the same as what we are, my bro, Yeah. But just different colour, brother, we all believe in something different.
What's the league team out here?
Oh, Hawera Hawks, brother. Hawera Hawks. Got a couple big stars that come out of their club, brother.
Yep.
Isaac Leak, he's one of them. Bit of a bully back in the days, things we got the name from. Gail Broughton, she's another one, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Is that an old photo, is it?
Oh, definitely. Old
Is that one of
days.
the conventions?
So are you a founding member, is it, here in Taranaki?
No. No, there were other members ahead of my time. Black Charlie pretty much was a founding member for New Plymouth.
So how did it sort of come into the region here into Taranaki? How did that sort of happen?
As far as I know, Black Charlie, when he came up here.
From where? From Wellington?
From Wellington. Harris had put the word out, his fellas go out and spread the love.
Yeah.
So Bongi kicked off Wanganui, it was about 74. Basically it was those of us that came out of jail.
Yeah.
In particular New Plymouth, because they had a jail there. And that's how a lot of the gangs form. They get out of jail and they stay in that town.
Oh, okay.
And at the time it was a mixture. There was Mob and Hells Angels, and I remember them from those times, Magogs. Everybody just sort of grew up at that same time, came alive.
Oh, okay.
And there was that competition, obviously.
Oh, so Ray Harris sort of founded it?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Just by virtue of sending those three out, because they were all part of his club. He got out of jail and, right, you fellas go and start up your own clubs. That's what they did.
Like for you before the Black Power and things, like how was your upbringing like in New Plymouth? And
didn't have an old man or anything, so as I grew up it was just mum and auntie, so got to a point and you go and buy your uncles. Just got a bit out of hand. And so I'm living with my uncles and I'm learning drink, fight, and the Jake part of it too, unfortunately. Grew up seeing that sort of thing, and I sort of carried that on in my own life for a lot of years before I woke up to that one.
so I mean, like, has it calmed down a lot, around here and in that sense, or?
Oh no, it's more rougher there. Yeah. It still is rough, but not as now. You're looking back 30 years.
Yeah, so I guess it just goes back to our dysfunctional upbringings,
I think
In my case, that's how I see it. I had no good male role models. No encouragement to do well at school or nothing. And whereas nowadays, we put a lot of emphasis with our young ones, Get some education, families. Just wasn't a good dad back then. The gang and jail seemed more important to me. I was a bit lost along the ways there. It's not till I did the last stint, that was 9 years roughly. A dumbass. The days of robbing the banks and that was dumb. But I was so caught up in it, we were caught up in it. But no, days are over. But no, it's always encouraging to see what's happening in our whānau though, right throughout the rohe.
But even, even go back to the early days, I remember, probably about the mob of, they've had some here, but not until the probably last couple of years where they've collectively come together. Especially in Patea, I used to see a few of them. Martin Edwards, he's a big, he was old Porirua mob, and they used to come back, his mates used to come back and drink at the pubs at home. So I saw a few of them more than Black Power patches.
Like when you were growing up, you mean?
Yeah, when you look at it, they just like us really. Sitting in the middle of town with our colours, and that's where our places were in those days, and we could wear our patches like in the pub, like we were 24/7 nowadays. but everybody's different. The younger ones
Used to
don't-
sleep in the Patea.
Yeah, always sleep.
Oh, so we've just got another wahine tour that's just arrived, Te Waka. Good to see you. So, so this was your father up there?
Yep.
The second one.
Papa.
Yeah, so
Oh, wow.
she knows a whole lot of stuff that we growing up,
Yeah.
and she could share.
Tēnā rā tātou, ko te wakarua Pounamu McLeod tōku ingoa. Yeah, I'm from here, Taranaki, he uri o no Taranaki maunga no Ruapehu maunga. I'm the Māori Ward Councillor for the New Plymouth District Council. So first wahine Māori on the council in New Plymouth. And I help to run a housing organisation.
So how do you know Ngāpare?
So Ngāpare and my dad obviously spent lots of time together back in the day. My dad's passed away. And I've just grown up with people like Ngāpare as kaumātua and as kind of other papa in our worlds who we can touch base with, know that he's got our back as a whānau because he was close with Dad.
Well, can you speak a little bit about your dad and who he was?
Yep, so he was one of the founding members, along with a number of the members here in Taranaki, president of Waitara. So as a whānau, we grew up knowing that Dad was 100% committed to the gang. Can't say that he was 100% committed to us kids in a whānau, but I guess he was trying to find his feet and I guess was doing the best he could with what he knew and what his passion was. And the Black Power was everything to him.
So what was it like for you, growing up? And so are you from Waitara?
Yeah, so Dad... So I'm one of 7 tamariki, and Dad, your majority of our childhood, Dad was actually either at the gang pad or in Bell Block or in prison. And so I don't know that Mum could have done it without the community that she was part of, the kohanga mums, and just the support that Mum had growing up. All of us kids lived a beautiful upbringing. My mum was pretty staunch and probably not something that you hear often in terms of Mum was very much asked my dad always to separate the gang side of his world outside of our whānau home. And so, Mum was a pillar. Without that, who knows where any of us could have been. Like, none of us have followed that pathway of my dad. And in fact, my dad used to tell us, never join the gang, And so, I guess we wrestle with that because we obviously see the community element of what the gang culture brings to a person. But also my dad understood that in terms of what the upbringing was that he had, that wasn't something that he wanted his kids to be part of. My brothers have definitely dabbled in it and have been part of it. And Black Power Mangukaha is always going to be part of us. That's never going to we're always part of the Black Power. And so, so we grew up in a pretty beautiful community, and we still do. We live in Waitara, still home for us.
Tēnā tātou, ki hei mauri o rā. Haere, mō.
Good to see you, my bro. What's cracking, boys? Alright, so here we are in Waitara here with the sis Waka. So this is where you grew up, is it sis?
This is where we grew up, yep. This was the whānau, this is the whānau homestead. Obviously, this is where Mum brought us up, and this was the whenua out here. And this out here, this harakeke over here, so this was all a garden. But most importantly, this is our whenua is buried here. This is kind of the place that we that our whānau had.
So I mean, for him, do you know much about his upbringing and things? Was he from here or? Yeah,
so he has whakapapa up the Wanganui River. So he grew up in a place called Jerusalem, and then he eventually migrated kind of out of up the Wanganui River down to Taranaki, spent some time in Auckland, spent some time in a boys' home. Yeah. Oh, look, my brother's coming in his kuri.
It's all right, boy. It's all right. You both grew up here, is it?
Yeah, yep.
What do you do for yourself, brother, nowadays?
I work with rangatahi now. I'm working at the local intermediate school at Manukorihi and help facilitate a youth group that me and a couple of my bros started up.
Oh, wow.
Back in 2021, I think it was.
Paradise, eh? Man, what a beautiful beach here.
I know, stunning, eh?
Oh, go on. I've been here for 30 plus years,
Yeah.
But came here for rugby league, ended up surfing. Love the surf. Look at it.
The
Please.
surfing's big here, is it?
Oh, yes, hardcore. There's our surf club over there. Sort of here, all over the place.
Yeah, home,
bro.
So is surfing a part of your life too, is it? Or?
That's pretty much all of our lives. That's all we do is surf.
So I mean, what is some of the history around here in Waitara, brother, like even with Māori people and things like this?
I think if we go back to like when the settlers arrived, and we talk about the land wars and land confiscations like around the country, Waitara was the birthplace for all of that stuff.
Oh wow.
So it started here in Waitara, the land wars, confiscation with a lot of the muru me te raupatu. So yeah, a lot of stolen land. The government's not really good at acknowledging that, although they have apologised, but yeah, they still haven't acknowledged or taken accountability and given any of it back. Slowly, but
oh, beautiful day, whānau. So here we are continuing on through with this Taranaki vlog. So we are now in New Plymouth. So I believe this is basically the largest city or population here in Taranaki. So there's a bit of a change of pace now. So when I came here to New Plymouth, what's actually brought me here, a big part of the reason I came here, there was a significant event that took place here in New Plymouth, as I've referred to before, which they actually ended up making a movie about. A very tragic moment in New Zealand's history, to say the least.
In October 1996, 27-year-old Christopher Crean was a family man, a father of four, and a committed Christian who had nothing to do with gangs. He was known for his street preaching and helping in his community, but after witnessing a violent gang attack, he made the rare decision to stand as a Crown witness. It was a choice that put him in the middle of Taranaki's gang tensions and ultimately cost him his life. Years later, one of the men sentenced for the murder apologised, calling Crean an innocent man.
The serious crime level decreased dramatically, and you could personally thank Christopher Crean for that.
Christopher Crean, who was the man who was tragically murdered and lost his life, I actually reached out to the daughter Stephanie, and she's actually agreed to be a part of this vlog. She's willing to appear on this vlog because this is about the whole community. It's not about just the gang members, it's not about just this group over here, it's about everybody, and the gang members are a part of that community as well. I'm also here to share the stories of the victims as well and the victims' families. I'm privileged enough today that we'll be having Stephanie on the vlog, and she's going to be sharing a bit about her life and what it's been like for her growing up here in Taranaki. And here she is here. Sis, good to see you.
Yeah, you too.
How are you?
Yeah, good. Hi, I'm Stephanie Crean. I'm a mother of two boys. I was born and raised here in New Plymouth. Yeah.
Is this a bit of a go-to spot here, is it?
Yeah, it's kind of my favourite spot to come to.
So like, what do you do with yourself nowadays?
Well, I'm a mum of two busy boys. So yeah, they are my first priority in life and take up most of my time. I am studying at the moment.
Yeah, fine. So we're actually going to be heading down to Resolution Place and Cook Street. So can I ask, Steph, so how old were you when the the event took place?
I was around 3 years old, but looking at my own sons and when they were around 3, like, I think that it could still have quite a big impact. Like, my sons are clingy mummy boys, so apparently I was quite clingy to my own dad, so I think it would have still had quite a big impact on me even though I was so young.
Yeah, oh no, 100%. And I guess even after it took place, I mean, that's something that you had to grow up with, live with, you and your siblings and your mum and your family. I mean, can I ask, have you done any sort of interviews or anything, or have your whānau?
I've only just recently been on a podcast that was on YouTube, but with any other interviews I've really just said no, because I don't really like the glamorization of it all, and I'm not the type of person that would like chase the fame or anything like that, because at the end of the day it's actually like a real life event that happened in my life.
They made the movie, you know, so you know, the Resolve movie. Did you guys have any input in that movie?
Well, from what I know is that the movie was going to go ahead whether any family members were going to help with the production of the movie, which then my mum realised that if that was the case, then she should help out in a way where it really helps with the character of who my dad was.
People from different walks of life would have had different opinions about what your father did. Well, because I know, you know what I mean, that people in the criminal world and things like that, they view that as a negative thing, you know what I mean, to talk to the police. How I look at what happened with your dad was that ultimately he was a civilian. If you're a criminal and you're living by that code, then yeah, of course, you got to do what you got to do. But a civilian, of course they're going to go to the police. So one of the actual gang members ended up becoming an informant. So even that, like, I do view that differently, because he was actually in the gang life, you know what I mean, he was a part of that life, whereas your father wasn't. And nothing against anyone, I'm not trying to say anything against anyone, but yeah, so no, I definitely commend your father for what he did.
I think a lot of people were afraid back then, and at the end of the day, now that I'm a parent, I just see it as someone who was a parent, worried for their own children and other people in the same area. I don't think that my dad had any type of ill intent. He was just being protective. A lot of the neighbours didn't want anything to do with it, because the Black Power pretty much, you know, they ran the neighbourhood type of thing. You know, me as a parent too, like, if anything was going to come in the way of my child's safety, like, I would also stand up for my children, because my children, they don't have a voice, and I want, you know, their childhood to be a childhood.
So I mean, like I said, whānau, we actually will be having a walk down Cook Street and down Resolution Place. Back especially when you were growing up there, wasn't it? It was actually quite a dangerous place. Eh?
Well, I knew that we weren't really meant to like leave the gate, and if we were outside, you know, you definitely had your parent outside with you. I did get messages from people who did live in that area and say we didn't really leave our house, and when your dad you know, stood up for what he stood up for, after all of those events, we were able to be outside, and yeah,
you know, that really makes your father a hero. Did your dad get like an award or anything like that, or?
Yeah, he did get a bravery award, I think from the Queen.
Sort of. What happened for you guys from there?
I guess really, Mum just tried to keep being a mum, because she was also pregnant at the time, and so she had to deal with the death of my dad and also bring a newborn, and you know, into the world, which would have been a lot. and then deal with us 3 other kids.
I could only imagine how hard that must have been, especially being pregnant. Wow. I could only imagine the weight, you know what I mean, of having to grow up with that.
Yeah, like I'm proud of my dad for what he did, and I think he's like really brave, but I'll always, you know, say to people that I'm definitely proud of what he did. Yeah,
and so you should be. And I mean, he was awarded a bravery award, wasn't it? So I mean, that speaks volumes, you know, and so he should. So I mean, yeah, going into like you know, with your siblings and things like this, like how was life for them, you know, growing up? And
I think it was quite challenging for my older siblings. Back then, like mental health wasn't really, like there wasn't much awareness around it, and like, you know, even depression and anxiety and stuff like that. And no longer here. Life has its challenges, and they decided that they couldn't keep going on with life, and ultimately took their lives.
And I'm so sorry to hear, sis. But I mean, I just commend you, you know what I mean? Like, you've obviously inherited your father's bravery as well.
Well, I do make sure. I still struggle myself with like depression and anxiety, but I think getting up every day and being like, this is a new day, a new opportunity, even if yesterday wasn't like the best day, just you know, just keep going and just keep believing in like yourself. And at the end of the day, you know, you've got yourself, and yeah, just stay strong.
Yeah. Nah, Jack bro, just chilling. Coming for a stroll through the neighbourhood.
Hey.
Alright, so here we are in the neighbourhood, eh? The old stomping grounds, is it?
Yeah.
Do you actually come around much nowadays, or?
No, but I did see the new playground. I thought it was pretty cool.
Oh, is that new, is it?
Yeah, a little shortcut type of thing.
Well, you know, I know they're actually having a church service there. So I will go and say hello, eh? It was meant to be. Yeah, God bless everyone. So do you guys hold church services here?
We do.
Yep. Every Sunday, 11 o'clock.
Barletta was just talking about, but she said he goes right back to the day when you're dead.
Yeah.
So man.
I used to go to City West, so this is like Soul Family.
What was this? Was this your dad's church?
A full circle moment.
Not my dad's church, but my mum's church.
What's your dad's name?
Christopher Crean.
Yeah. Chris and Tony used to come. They came to the youth group. Yeah.
So I mean, can I ask you guys? So did you actually know her father?
Oh yeah. He was part of our youth group. Yeah. He and Tanya. Yeah.
Oh, so you all know him?
Yeah.
Oh, so I mean, oh, you were there when he first got saved. For the viewers watching, so and those that know as well, so her father was actually a devout Christian.
He was converted on the streets downtown by a couple of other guys. I think it was AOG. There was a whole combined outreaches, and he ended up giving his heart to the Lord and going on hardcore since then. He was very hardcore. Yeah, he was. Yeah, but nice guy, very nice guy.
I just remember them coming to youth, and like there was a number of kind of, you know, like got Tuari Rebati, who's the father of Olivia, who comes down here as well. A number of young Māori guys got saved back in those days. Yeah, that's right. There was a heck of a lot of them actually. Rangi Kipa, who's, you know, he's sort of. They all just had something powerful in God, and there was a real move of God amongst them, and it wasn't just like a superficial experience for them. It was full-on conversion to Christ.
So yeah, I mean, how would you say the area's changed, you know, since back in the days?
I'm personally thinking it's probably worse, and not in the what you see, but what's behind the doors.
That's the realization as well, bro. A lot of people view it that it was worse back in the days, you know what I mean? But the thing is, it was just more visual, you know what I mean? It was more out on the streets.
That's right.
Drunken behaviour sort of, you know what I mean? Where nowadays it's behind closed doors, it's the Class A drugs.
And that's why you're probably not seeing much on the actual street. It's all undercover, and it's families are being destroyed just as probably worse than the old days.
Wow.
Kids. My wife teaches it's just getting worse and worse, and that's where you look at it. The kids coming into schools with no breakfast, with no clothes, hardly any gear on, and can't socialise. Very just paranoid.
Oh, that's crazy. Oh, that's meant to be right there.
Yeah.
Oh, so that was the church that you used to attend?
Yep, City West.
Well, I feel that you've already done so much healing, you know what I mean, during your lifetime.
Yeah, well, I still attend therapy. I see it as like life coaching, really. I think it's like really good to have someone that you can lean on and talk to for support.
Oh, so we'll just slow down here. So here we are, whānau. So this is Resolution Place. So this is actually where Stephanie initially grew up. It's a lot, whānau, to take in at the moment. I mean, it is a blessing that I feel that you are such a strong wahine. So what brought your whānau here in the initially?
Well, my dad actually just wanted a fresh start. Apparently back then these houses were like Housing New Zealand, and they're actually brand new houses, and it was, yeah, he just seen it as like a good opportunity.
So this is it, a Resolution Place. I know that you were so young, but I mean, what sort of idea did you get of this neighbourhood?
Well, I think, you know, all the neighbours were friendly and stuff like that, but I think it was like a bit dangerous to, you know, be out on the street really, because it was like, you know, gang affiliated.
So what is sort of your feelings towards, you know, gang life and stuff like that?
Like culturally, I see it as like people want to connect, and our, you know, our culture needs connection, and that's how I've kind of just seen it. I think it's just sad when it comes to the fact, you know, violence towards our own people. Like, we might not all be related, but as Māori, I think that's the only thing that saddens me the most is it dividing us, you know, being in different gangs and hurting our own people. So like, that's just my pure honesty around it. Yeah, at the end of the day, I understand why people are in gangs, and it gives that, you know, for men it gives that connection, but also empowerment, and I guess maybe mana, and maybe that's where we like need more of that in our family connections. Yeah.
A couple of them got burnt down.
How long's the painting been there for?
A year.
And they need to build some houses here, is it?
Yeah, because they got burnt. Our kids used to have a trampoline, but the wind blew it up. And do you want to be on YouTube? Oh no, she's.
So little man? Yeah, what he's up to? Yeah, well, hey, what's your favourite thing about living here on Cook Street?
So you love it?
Living at home.
Yeah, and you love mummy?
Playing.
Uh-huh.
Playing.
Playing?
Yes, she does.
Does mum want to be in it? No. So I mean, I guess the whānau spirit is very much alive here in the neighbourhood, eh, still?
Yeah.
What was one thing you were sort of always told about your dad, about how he was? And
well, I think my mum said a lot that he was a perfectionist. He had a bit of OCD going on. To be honest, you know, like if someone's walking by, he was probably mowing the lawns and making sure that it looked perfect. Yeah, and he was really friendly, always saying like hi to everyone, and probably would invite them in for a cup of tea and stuff like that. Loved his looks, so he was in the mirror a lot before church and stuff like that. Apparently would end up late or something because, you know, he's got to make sure that he looks good.
Look, sis, for you growing up, when did you sort of understand what had happened?
I think that when we were still living here, his car was still here. So even though he had passed, I would be wanting to get in the car, and I was walking around apparently saying like, where's dad? And I think even at a young age I knew, you know, like okay, well, Dad's not coming back. And then in primary, a kid actually came up to me and said, oh, you're the little girl in the newspaper. Your dad was shot. And that was quite like intense for me, like walking home, and I actually ended up fibbing to my mum and saying that I was getting bullied by kids so that I could leave school and be homeschooled.
That's why I really commend you for even just jumping on here again to say it means a lot you doing this, and I'm sure it's going to be healing for everyone involved. We talked about it before, but you know, the reason your dad did that was to take a stand, wasn't it?
Yeah, just pretty much take a stand for his community and family, and you know, he just, I guess, thought this isn't living. Yeah, like back then I was told that you didn't leave the front gate, and you wouldn't play on the road and stuff like that, and so yeah, I guess he just wanted a safe environment for his kids. Yeah.
And then there were people that were messaging through saying that's what happened.
Yeah, there was a lady messaged me through and said, yeah, growing up, like, she didn't leave her house, let alone even be outside, and it created like a lot of safety for her. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess for you, what did help you move forward in life?
I think that I do definitely have like a strong head like my dad, and I've had a lot of like support workers, which I'm really grateful for, but also God. Definitely God has helped me through it. I think that there's been a lot that's happened in my life where I don't think that if I didn't have God, I wouldn't have that hope.
Oh, that's so awesome. And I mean, the thing is, nowadays you see kids playing in the streets now, eh?
Yeah, it's good.
And you know, that's the reality is, you know, there were people that were saying that was thanks your dad helped them there, wasn't it?
Yeah. My dad was just like another human being that was just trying to, you know, make something out of his life, and you know, I think he had like he always had good intentions within his heart and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, so you ended up making a blog, wasn't it, on Facebook, and sort of sharing a bit about your story, wasn't it?
Yeah, so I decided to create a blog because of like people always reaching out and trying to figure out what my thoughts were around what happened with my dad and the Black Power, and I pretty much put out there that I had forgiven the men for, you know, for what happened, so that it could like bring a bit of peace to myself and peace to the community and like New Zealand and stuff like that, because I guess at the end of the day I seen a bigger picture, that it wasn't just me who like missed out on a dad, you know, there were other children involved who missed out on their dads, you know, having to go to prison, and there were people, you know, like their partners, you know, missed out on their partner, and their parents missed out on their sons. So I kind of just seen it a lot bigger than just, you know, the small picture. At the end of the day, like, you can choose who you want to be. Like, even though that was, you know, pretty big mistakes, I kind of believe in, like, if people want to turn their life around, they can. Yeah,
100%. Sis. Yeah, I just really commend you, you know, for your perception of the whole thing, because the reality is, and I'm not excusing anyone, but nobody wins, you know what I mean? People lost their lives and, you know, went to prison, their children miss out.
Yeah, I just think the older you get, like, the more wiser you might get, like. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so this is it here, whānau, Resolution Place, a place that the reality is etched into New Zealand's history, but I think looking at you, you can really see the light in it all, you know what I mean? And I'm sure that you know, your dad's smiling right now, you know, on all that you've achieved. Oh man, Yeah, so if you can see right there, whānau, there's the mountain, eh?
Yep.
Alright fams, that is another episode of TFS Podcast, done and dusted. If you enjoyed the vlog, just give it a like and subscribe fam. 100k subscribers, so appreciative of all of you guys for rocking with me. TFS Podcast merch on the way. Yeah, much love whānau, God bless. Stay tuned for the next one.